Newcastle Fans TV. Hello everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. This is the score and the players, and we're celebrating another win. It's me and Harry on this one. But first, here's one football.
What a January transfer window it has been, and I couldn't have got through it without the One Football app. The One Football app has everything you need: news, gossip, and everything in between. Lee, you've had the One Football app for a while now. How much do you love it?
I love it. I'm just looking at all the confirmed transfers that have been happening. It's been a very busy January for Newcastle, and the stories are still happening, and it puts all the articles together, so you don't need to look anywhere else.
The link's in the description. Download the One Football app now.
Yeah, so that is One Football. If you want to check all of the stats from today's game, it's probably not going to go in Newcastle's favour for probably 90% of the stats, but the big stat right at the top is all the most important, which is Newcastle winning. We'll talk more about that in the last word. But this is scoring the players. I've got Harry, as I say. We're going to begin, as we normally do, from goalkeeper back to the strikers and subs bench and manager, Martin Dubravka. Now, I've just said off camera, I think it's a foul for the goal. Do you agree on that?
I probably didn't have the best view of his positioning, but so I can't really comment. But I think definitely I wouldn't put the blame on him, because we've allowed Lewis Dunk to win the header, and he should have been marked better. I think it was Fabian Schar on him, but yeah, I think Dubravka, other than their goal, was solid. I'm not going to put the blame on him for that, but he possibly could have done better. I'd probably give him a 7, to be honest, because we've won and I'm feeling positive. And I didn't see too much wrong with his distribution today, although it's not particularly brilliant. There was one occasion where I thought he could have got the ball out quicker when he decided to dive on the floor, when he could have sent Maxi free on the counter. But I think solid performance overall, really.
A 7 out of 10. I think it's been generous, but it's Harry's mark. I'll go Emil Kraft, because I seen him in the lineup again. I thought, right, okay. But I thought as the game went on, I thought he got stronger and stronger. I thought the first 25 minutes or so, half an hour, he was tested down that side, and with Cucurella bombing on, and Jacob Murphy was coming back to help him. But as the game went on, he got better and better. So I'm going to score him a 7. Like, it's not someone who I want in the team, in all honesty. I'd rather have Manquillo, but Eddie Howe's made the unchanged side, and obviously Kieran Trippier was out injured. But yeah, he was all right. The game got better, so 7 out of 10 for Emil Kraft. You can have Fabian Schar.
Fabian Schar, I thought another great performance from him. I didn't think he was the stand-up performer in the defence, but I'd give him an 8. I think he played very, very well. A couple of sloppy passes from him, I think, gave the ball away a little bit, which is unlike him. But great header for his goal. I think the keeper probably could have done a bit better for Brighton, Robert Sanchez. But great header, great run for that goal, and that really shocked Brighton when he scored that. So I'm probably being a bit harsh with an 8, but go on, bump it up to 8.5. Go on.
Well, because you're giving Dubravka 7. Go on.
Yeah. No, I thought he played very well. Yeah, I was probably being a bit harsh.
Probably well, yeah. Dan Burn baby Burn against his old side. He would have wanted this. He would have looked at this fixture when he first joined and thought, this is the game that I want to play in. Obviously, he's been fantastic alongside the partnership with Fabian Schar the last few games. Sensational. Another contender for man of the match. You know, you talk about the land of the giants that Brighton have got at the back with Dunk, with Duffy, and obviously we've pinched one of them and one of our own, and Dan Burn, who's obviously just grew up up the road, in Blythe, but headed everything, leader, talking, calm as well, very, very calm. And I know Brighton obviously changed the strikers. They tried to bring on Neil Maupay later on. He's more like tries to wiggle around you, deft touches, fox in the box, but I thought you handled him well. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was brilliant. I think he was absolutely fantastic, brilliant. And it's great to see, because I doubted Matty Targett, I doubted Dan Burn as the rain comes down on me. But you've got Matty Targett, sorry, Harry.
Yeah, I thought it was a really accomplished performance from him. I didn't think, I'm going to start off by Chris. I didn't think he was great going forward. I think his crosses were not great today. There were a lot of them beaten by the first man. But in that first half, Brighton kept trying to switch the play from left to right, and every time he was there to intercept that ball, stopping it from going to Lamptey or to go to Pascal Gross, whoever was on that right-hand side. He was always ball side of the man. So he just kept on intercepting. I thought he was really, really solid today.
He's a good defending left back though.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Dummett. at that, and he's got more to offer than Dummett going forward.
Yeah, and he's got the legs to cover as well, which is something Dummett, you could argue, lacks at times. I'd give him an 8. An 8. Yeah, I don't think it was quite on Shar's level, but another really, really solid performance.
And you also got to remember Solly March was brought on to play over there as well, and he handled him really well. So there's your back four, there's the goalkeeper. Which one of the three? I'll go John Joe. Great through ball for ASM later on in that second half. We'll come on to him shortly, but yeah, I don't think really all three of the midfielders had like world-class performances. Look, that three midfield have been fantastic. I'm going to score John Joe 7. I would have liked to see him a bit more on the ball, but Brighton had a lot of possession today. I haven't seen the stats back, but I can imagine it's going to be pretty high. But you expect that from Graham Potter's side. So obviously when we've got the 3 games away next week, and you'll probably see the side rotate a bit, but John Joe might come out for Bruno and Shaw might get a run out. But yeah, 7 for me. Which one of the other two do you want?
I'll take Joe Linton, because I think it wasn't his best game because he didn't see a lot of the ball. As you say, Brighton had a lot of possession, but I thought he covered every blade of grass like he has done since he's been in this new midfield role. I thought he was fantastic again today. I think he's probably the best of our midfield 3 once again. Not outstanding like he usually is because we didn't see as much of the ball, but running around, covering every single blade of grass. His work rate is astounding. It's completely changed player. I'd give him an 8, and I know I said I was very positive there, but because the midfield had to do a lot of groundwork, they didn't see much of the ball, so it's hard to score him too highly.
Willox probably is, out of the 3, probably the one who's suffered a little bit more than the others, but yeah, you see a couple of sloppy passes. Willock was like that as well. He had a chance right at the very end when the ball was kicked, the cross came in, I think it was just knackered. I think it was just absolutely pure knackered. I'm going to score Willock a 6.5, so that's probably the lowest so far today, but I wouldn't actually bring Willock out. The only reason why I would, because, well, I say I would, but if Newcastle had a game per week, I'll keep Willock in that side, but we've got 3 coming up and you expect a lot of changes, but that 3 midfield have kept us 8 unbeaten, which is just bonkers, the run that we're on. But you can have Ryan Fraser, go on, that'll be nice.
Ryan Fraser, absolutely superb today. Absolutely superb. He's obviously got that goal from when Jacob Murphy hit the post. It's fallen back to him. Simple tapping, but you got to be there. You got to be there and make those runs. And he's adding an end product to his game, which he's always had in him, but he hadn't been doing it, had he, until a few weeks ago, I think. When it was
got the assist as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the assist for a great free kick for Fabian Schar's goal as well. So yeah, a fantastic performance from Ryan Fraser. He grafted as hard like he always does down that left hand side today until he switched over to the right when Saint-Maximin came on. I'd give him. Do I give him a 10? I can't give him a 10 because
Is your content out there of Dan Burn?
Absolutely. I give him a 9 then because I think they were probably equally as good. It's hard to choose between them for man of the match because I thought they were both fabulous today, but I give him a 9.
It's a question I want to put to you in the comments because Ryan Fraser's brilliant on this left-hand side. Why should he make way for ASM? Just going to throw that out there. Why don't you just play ASM on the right-hand side? I know ASM likes to play down the left side, but Ryan Fraser shouldn't just be moved over when ASM comes on. Let me know what you lot think on that. I've got Jacob Murphy, who I thought struggled. He did, let's face it. If I'm giving Willock a 6.5, I think Murphy, I'm going to go score him a 6. He should have scored when he was running through, and he's very, very lucky Ryan Fraser is next to him. I was saying to Harry, I was saying to Johnny, who I was talking inside the stadium, that reminded me when I was Watford away and he's bursting through last minute, he tries to dink the goalkeeper. If you go, just slot it or go around him. But he tries to dink it, and it's fortunate that it came back to Fraser and he puts it in the back of the net. But then, even then, what was it, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, one of the Brighton defenders slips. Why doesn't he hit it with his right foot? He's got loads of time. He shoots straight at Sanchez. It's poor. And then I know he faded towards the game. The game went on. Obviously, he was substituted and what have you. But yeah, I think ASM will start on Thursday night. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. Chris Wood?
I think.
First of all, did he struggle against Duffy and Dunk? Because that's hard, isn't it?
It is. The two massive centre halves with a good, solid kind of they're very aerial and they're good in the air, which is Chris Wood's strength. So he's obviously going to struggle. But I think today, with the ball at his feet, he actually played really well. You could see him carrying the ball. He was turning the defenders at times, and something you'd never dream of Chris Wood doing. I think he was a good target, although we didn't necessarily keep the ball a lot of the time when we fed it up to him. As you say, Duncan, Duffy were very physical with him. But I think he played a brilliant ball through to Murphy in the build-up for our first goal. And without Chris Wood, that doesn't happen, because he's didn't think it was the best ball from Willock, and he's turned his man. He's played a brilliant ball through. Chris Wood, I'd give him probably a 7.5, because he didn't do. He didn't do a lot.
Yeah, that's
but what
the thing.
He did well.
That's the thing. People are going to say, "Oh, he's played such and such, but he hasn't scored."
Yeah, but it's not all about goal scoring, because he's created a fantastic opportunity for our first goal, and he was a team player at the end of the day. And I know you can say, "Oh, strikers are there to score. Why hasn't he scored?" But he's a part of a team that's won 8 in a row. Sorry, not gone 8 and beaten. Yeah. So yeah, you don't need to criticise his goal scoring at the minute whilst the team's doing well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So there's your start 11. Let's go to the first substitute, which was Allan Saint-Maximin. Great to see him back. I said I didn't think he'll feature at all today, but I've been proved wrong. Got just under half an hour. His decision making for me in the final third wasn't great today. We know he's a Hollywood luxury player, if you want to call it that. His decision making in the final third was to be seen. I could understand, like, we're under the cosh. Brighton have got all the possession. There's a great outlet to bring off the bench to try and get you up the pitch, because remember, when he was brought on, Brighton had only just scored, and he's brought on the pitch and he's trying to stretch with. I'm going to score him a 6. I didn't think it was a great performance today, but the positive there, he was stretching their defence and getting up the pitch. But will he start Thursday? If not, he doesn't start that one. I think he'll start the Sunday game. But yeah, Bruno Gomes, do you want to rate him? He got about 10 minutes, didn't he?
Probably give him a non-applicable, but it was definitely an entertaining cameo, wasn't it?
In the 360, didn't you say that?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
And then I was worried, right on the byline, what's he doing?
Because he walks it back into his own box and wins a foul, but that was entertaining. That was very nervy at the end there when he did that. That was, yeah. Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be... When they do the recap of the game and Eddie Howe sits down with the players, I think he might be told, just clear it, the good old-fashioned term. Sean Longstaff, literally...
Sorry, I was just going to say, he did put a couple of good through passes to ASM when he came on as well, Bruno.
Yeah, and you can see that, and he's got that in his locker. Sean Longstaff literally got, 30 seconds, just 60 seconds down the pecking order, non-applicable. But then again, he'll probably start one of the next 3 games, I'm expecting to. But we'll move on to Eddie Howe. The performance, I think, will score low. I think we'll both agree on that. But we've just won another game of football, everybody, and we're 8 games unbeaten. Everybody's singing, E-I-E-I-E-I-O, up the Premier League we go. So it's kind of a result comes first, performance comes second.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you'd absolutely take. As we've all been saying since Eddie Howe came in for all season, really, the important thing is to stay up. And the more points you get, the more likely you are to stay up. So the performance really just doesn't matter as long as we keep on winning or keep on picking up points, keep on getting draws, especially against Brighton, who you expect to dominate possession anyway. Graham Potter's a great manager, so yeah, it is really points before performance, and that showed. But I'd give him an 8.
That's what I was probably going to go with, because of the win, and we got those 2 goals pretty quick. There was a few minutes between each other, and we went 2-0 up, and then the game was started to change as it went further on. Was that we were going further and further back, all the way back here, everyone, going all the way to park the bus. Steve Bruce tactics. So that was a bit worrying when they scored, when they pulled one back after 10 minutes in the second half. But yeah, I would agree with Eddie Howe. You look at this, and he'll come out and admit. You'll say it in the last word. You'll hear from him later. You'll admit that's the worst performance out of this 8-game unbeaten run for me. But we've won a game of football, everybody. Sometimes you've got to win ugly. That's the end of the day, and we have won ugly. So the performances have been fantastic. This one, not so much, but we've got 3 points on the board. Still pulls we're further and further away now from relegation. Look, it's not over yet, I don't feel. But we'll talk more about that on the last word. Heavens have opened. But we're in heaven, because Newcastle, see what I've done there? Because we're 8 games unbeaten. We'll see you for the last word later on tonight, everyone. Bye-bye.